Planning for requirements discovery. I need to know why, who, what, and how. So I have to understand the business need at a high level. We do that with our scoping, defining objectives, and the scope of analysis. Remember, we keep focusing on making those objectives smart. Then I have to identify requirement stakeholders and subject matter experts. Ensure that when you're planning your discovery session that you have identified all the necessary people or areas that you need representation from so you can have them available for your meetings. So what? This may be one of the most important pieces in planning. Determine the applicable types of requirements. Well, there are several types of requirements, and depending on your organization's best practices or your organization's standards, you may have several different types of requirements that you gather. We gather functional requirements or business requirements, non-functional requirements, informational requirements, and we capture transitional requirements. Once you decide on the types of requirements that you're going to gather, then you have to determine what is the level of detail that you need to capture for each one of those types of requirements. The more detail you require, the more time that you're going to need to gather those requirements. And then determine the documentation, content, and format. Once I figure out exactly what it is you want, how do I present it to you? How do I present it, and who is going to be using that document when we're done? How? So how do I do this? I determine the requirement strategy. Am I going to do requirements discovery session? Am I going to have small group meetings for non-functional requirements? Am I going to have an interview to do data requirements? I also then have to consider the tools that I'm going to need to actually use it to gather the requirements and document those requirements. We normally use Word, Visio, Excel. However, if you have a requirements tool, you can actually put it directly into that requirements tool. Then we have to develop the requirements management plan. I need to bring all of this together and put it in a plan so that we can present it to the team and make sure we get the right representation for each one of those topics and sessions. Thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and additional resources are available in the description box.